now I can start. Strong independent.
You can take that rubber.
Well, you might be wondering where this beautiful and very humble couple came from. Back in 2019, we spent the year building out our schoolie. After the build was done, we sold our house and traveled for a full year. Following that year of travel, we started to crave building again and getting something 4x4. Okay, so I told Lance that I want a job on the van, and we found me the perfect one. We got this vinyl fabric paint, and this is going to be going on the dash, the doghouse, the roof, kind of just cleaning up that front area to make it match the rest of our van. Obviously, we aren't doing a ton of dark grays. He just took off some of the dashboard for me, but the rest of it I should be able to get to. So pretty much I'm going to be prepping and painting. But honestly, these are always the funnest transformations because they go by pretty quick and they make a huge difference. But first, prep. I'm going to be prepping with some regular cleaner and then actually wiping it all down with alcohol right before. That way, if there's any oils on it, it kind of takes that off because we really want this to adhere pretty good. We did do a test patch though. I'll show you how that looks. Okay, so we have the lighter color and the darker color, obviously, and we wanted to do a test patch on actual leather that we're going to be painting on. So these are handles that we're not going to be using. And it turned out really great. This is just a really quick top coat, so I think it should go by pretty quick. And we are pretty aggressive with it. I'm trying to scratch it up with my nail, and it really, you can see it held up really well, which is exactly what you need for something that you're using every single day. That was the black it used to be. So I think it's gonna work out really good. We got the spray from Napa. You can get it, I'm pretty sure, from pretty much any car shop. I'll tell you our paint color. The lighter color is called Desert Sand, and the darker color is a medium beige. Ideal use for dashboards, door panels, center consoles, trim, and seats. That's crazy. You could paint seats with these. Okay, now I can start. Okay. Oh, my golly goodness. Gross. My underwear is not cooperating today. Lining up every way.
What are you saying? Strong independent. You can take that rubber stripping off also.
Oh, biscuit, I got you. No worry, no worry. She's dirty. Nasty. Gross. Windy outside right now. I'm gonna paint here. Just the dog box first. Good initial wipe down, and then we'll rub it down with alcohol to make sure all oils are off.
I'm working.
Alright, the goal right now is to get every surface prep that I'm gonna paint and tape and plastic it off. That way I can get that light tan on every surface in just one go around, and I'm not doing each process multiple times. So we're gonna be painting steering wheel, dash, up here on the sides. I'll probably just end up taking these off. So yeah, let's get that ready. Make sure I keep these so we can put them back in after. Nancy?
What's up?
Do you think I had to remove like the light thing? Like if I take the dash off, I'm gonna be like taking all these screws out, huh?
Oh, there's a lot to take in the dash out. There's screws here, there, underneath. All of the AC unit has to come out with it. It's a lot.
The only thing I'm worried about is getting into this back shit, but I guess I can just right there. Not taking the dash out. So I just thought about it. I probably should have done the ceiling because we're going to be painting that before that because crud's going to fall back down on it. So I'll do another once over on it after I do the ceiling. But we're also going to be painting part of the steering wheel. And I want to get these vents off because, again, I'm going to be covering those, and I'll paint that separately over in the paint station that I'm setting up. And the reason we're not taking off the dash is because I honestly didn't know how much work it was going to be, and then I watched a video on it, and I think that's unnecessary. So I'm going to try to get by doing it the easy way. And I swear, I am so scared to pull these off because it feels like they're going to break every single time. Okay. Paint that separate. This looks easy to take off. I'm actually going to take this off. In there. So I don't want to remove these seatbelts plastics because I think I have to remove the whole seatbelt system. So I just kind of slid it up and around, and I'll paint it like this, and then I'll move the seatbelt, and I'll obviously tape and plastic this off and stuff, but that way this can stay on and hopefully just slide right back down. Got my little work partner Hanky in here with us today.
He said that to me. He thinks you're leaving, so he's holding his ground.
Really trying to make sure I move all this weather stripping because we don't want, you know, a little sliver to not get painted. Really hoping to get everything nice and painted today. That's cool. We're actually going to two-tone this piece anyway, so I can get in here and paint this the color it needs to be, and I'll tape that off and make sure that's protected when I'm painting. So as you can maybe see, the front windshield's taped off. The prep has taken a long time because I want to be able to just paint this all in one spout. I have a few concerns. My biggest concern is the paint somewhat peeling where the tape is at. Say the paint kind of adheres to the tape and the surface. When I peel off that tape, it might kind of chip, but I think I would just be able to kind of just quickly prep that area again and redo it, or touch it up at least, or I could spray paint on like a little paintbrush and touch it up that way. But it's really, really close. I just need to plastic off the seat belts because the plastic on there, I'd have to take the seat belt component out and all of that. So I'm just going to tape around where the seat belts are at, and then once it dries, I'll move the seatbelt again and then paint what I didn't get to. I spared you the boring prep part, but I will kind of give you a little peek-see on what it looks like. All right, passenger side. So I'm literally covering all the seats, the flooring, everything that isn't getting painted is going to be covered up. So as you can see, the dash is going to be empty. This is open. The steering wheel was a BITCH. I'll show you that in a second. So, as you can see, I'll kind of have to tuck it back here. Oh, this tape actually kind of separated. So that's really what I'm struggling with, is just getting around all this stuff, which is why it might have been nice to take this all off, but I'm already almost done. So honestly, it might be harder both ways, so you can really decide which way is better for you. But as you can see, I taped off this whole steering wheel part. We're not going to be painting where our hands are grabbing because eventually that will wear off and we don't really want it there anyway. So it's just going to be on this middle component on the back area. So I really taped and sealed all of these cracks really well as up here. And you can see back there, so I can just really get in there where I need to. This is actually the next morning. I'm wearing the same clothes, but I needed a break yesterday. No problem, because I am a problem solver. am a problem solver. We are going to cut some thin plastic pieces, and #1 reason I'm using plastic, let me make sure that dogs aren't out of the yard. Nachi! #1 reason I'm using plastic is because things can't seep through it. Don't try to use paper towels. Don't try to use even paper. I guess paper wouldn't be too bad. It's not like thick like cardstock paper. But plastic is foolproof as long as it is covered and prepped. And we are going to be painting this bottom side, but we're going to be sandblasting the inside of the doors. We want all of these doors to flow with the outside. And honestly, it's just kind of rainy, cloudy, and we don't really know a good day yet. And that's going to be a project that Lance and I are going to team up on, because there's going to be a lot of steps to it, and prepping and sandblasting and everything and getting it painted in time to where it can dry on the right day is going to be a whole like scientific experiment. So we're going to be waiting for a good weather day to do that with Lance. Wipe one last time and paint, which is very exciting. All right, first coat going on. We'll see if everything was prepped good enough. Make sure these are nice and tight so I don't get a little loopy. We'll let that be the first coat over here. It looks pretty good. Gonna make sure to always go from there up. That way I can touch this surface with the spray can if I need to. I'm kind of nervous. These edges are funky when I paint them, but we'll get a few coats on it and see how it turns out. Okay, so we had picked up 4 cans of this stuff, and between the doghouse and this whole area, I'm out. So I think 2 more cans should do it, but we did go to 2 different stores to get those 4 cans, but we haven't gone to O'Reilly's yet. So I'm gonna ask my mom to take me to a few car shops. That way I can just get this all finished up today, peel off the plastic, and we can call this a done project. Hopefully they have it. I just revealed the steering wheel. Oh, yeah. We're doing something else with the roof because the paint didn't really work out. The roof just needs resurfaced, but that will be in another video. It oversprayed on a few little sections that I'm seeing, so I'm just going to take some acetone and try to wipe it off. This should work good. Oh, yeah. Coming right off with the acetone. Oh, that looks brand new. I can't tell you, like, I wish you guys saw this in person because this is, oh, it looks clean. To keep working on the van, it's raining cats and dogs, and we don't really know exactly where we're going next. We need to figure out what we're doing with the ceiling first because it did not turn out well. It's just worn and really the surface isn't repairable. We want the ceiling to match the surface of the fridge, so we're really just kind of at a standstill until we get to the store tomorrow. Of course, we still have the back to do, but Lance has been helping out Richard build a table for the shop, which will be super beneficial for when we start woodworking. And yeah, so So far this process was super easy, just time consuming. If you want to see the final result of the front area and just the whole van in general, make sure to subscribe, and not only subscribe, make sure to also hit the bell because it will notify you every time we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and we truly value every single one of our subscribers, and really thank you for supporting us and watching all of our videos. And I never really know how to end these things, haven't figured that part of the whole YouTubing thing out yet, so we will see you on the next one. How's that? You like that one? Well, we'll see you next time.